Yo, what is going on, Cover One crew? Welcome back to the show, man. Today we're diving back into that lab, and we're discussing wide receivers on Malik Nabers' scouting report because, this wide receiver class is loaded with elite-level potential, elite-level talented players, and Malik Nabers is no different. He is that good. A lot of people trying to say and suggest he could be above somebody like a Marvin Harrison Jr., but I'm telling y'all, he's good. Is he over Marvin? I will definitely see. I got pros, cons, grade score. So let's talk LSU, Malik Nabers, wide receiver, elite prospect. Let's roll. Whether we're talking about somebody like Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Nabers, or somebody like Rome Odunze, they are the prime of their craft, okay? Especially coming out of this draft class that is supremely loaded at wide receiver, has tons of depth. You got to understand, a lot of people trying to make the case that Malik Nabers is the best wide receiver in this class. I don't know if I'm going to say that just yet. I'm going to keep you guys in suspense as we get through his scouting report, but he is extremely talented. A lot of people, LSU is a wide receiver and a lot of people suggesting he could be the next coming of an OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr., but I think Nabers is a supremely talented one, no questions. Let's talk about those measurables as always. 6 foot, 200 pounds, 21 years of age, played in 38 contests, 189 receptions, over 3,000 yards, almost 16 on the average, 15.9 and 21 receiving touchdowns this past year was a great one for LSU, including Jaden Daniels, Brian Thomas, and Malik Nabers. Nabers has been very good this past 2 years in college football, but let's talk some pros. He's got a heaping of them, much like a Marvin Harrison Jr., like I'm saying, elite wide receiver prospect. Straight up playmaker. What do you want out of your wide receiver? You want an alpha wide receiver, okay? Is he in the Jamar Chase sweepstakes of saying that he could be the next coming of these gentlemen in the NFL? It's absolutely true. He definitely could be. He is an elite level playmaker without question in my mind. Tape speed is elite, man. He did run his 40. It was sub 4.4 at his pro day. Okay, again, you got to take those with a grain of salt because those are pro day clocks, not at the combine. So we did want to see it. At least he did look like he was running shot out of a cannon. He did look great. Athletic ability is great in this man as well. So you're teaming up elite speed with athletic ability, his ability to go after that football. You know what you're getting out of a Malik Nabers. So good in that respect. Turn up, change of direction, acceleration. That's a mouthful. Is elite in nature, man. Just like Marvin Harrison. I even think that Malik Nabers in this sense is better than Marvin Harrison Jr. when it comes up to turn up acceleration and change of direction in the open field. So good in quality when it comes to Malik Nabers. This is why you're getting excited about a young man like this, because he is so fast and so good with the ball in his hand. Very twitchy, fluid run style. Y'all know me when it comes to my running backs and my wide receivers. I need that twitch. I need that fluid motions. And we know that Malik Nabers definitely has all that fluid running style. You got to love it about his game. Body control and adjustments in air especially is elite, man. Great leaping ability, floating ability when he's going for those contested balls, when he's going for the ones on the back pylon, the back shoulder fades, whether he's leaping, he's accelerating through the air. It is there to be seen, and it's unbelievable. He can contort his body and adjust for all the passes that are coming at him when they're talking about, pinpoint passes from the quarterback to the back pylon in the end zone. Malik Nabers definitely going up for that. He's twisting his body mid-air, flying and floating in the middle of the air to make those plays. You know he is a very good talent when you see this littered all over his film, no question, man. Field awareness, top-notch. You feel like he's able to understand where to place himself for his quarterback, Jaden Daniels, and he understands how to run his route tree. It is, the cut burst on the routes are absolutely fantastic. Does he have the full route tree? It's to be seen as well, but when you're talking about how he's able to manipulate his routes and definite plant steps, sharp plant steps, get open in the open field, creating that separation, it is all very good. There is no question, man. Field awareness is what I'm saying. He understands where to put himself, place himself on the field. He is very good in that respect. Tracks the ball with ease, man, whether it's over the shoulder, back shoulder fades, whatever you require him to do. 50-50 contested jump balls in the end zone. He's doing that as well. So it is the full meal deal that you're looking for, the full package out of your wide receivers that you're truly looking for in Malik Nabers. He is very good in that sense. Hands are fantastic, man. Soft corral corralling, absorbing, no slapping off the hands. When you see the double catching or you hear the ball hitting the hands, that's the tell to say, his hands do need some work. You don't see a lot of this in his game. He's able to just corral the football in, and that's exactly what you're looking for. Is there moments of pause where he does, turn off field before he has the ball? Sure. I mean, we see a lot of these wide receivers that have the elite speed to do that, but I mean, the hands to me are absolutely fantastic, and I think that is probably one of the better aspects of his game, no question. Slot mismatch killer, run after the catch playmaker is elite, like I'm saying. So what were the knocks when we're talking about Justin Jefferson that a lot of scouts had? Wasn't me. I mean, my stuff is all back there. I always said JJ was a playmaker. I said, would JJ be more comfortable coming from the slot? I said, perhaps. However, when it comes to Malik Nabers, he's an absolute mismatch killer in the slot. Will they utilize him something like that with CeeDee Lamb style that they use in Dallas, utilizing Lamb from the slot more than outside? But we know Nabers can play both inside and out. It's just when he's playing in the slot, he's absolutely going to terrorize defenses because they won't know how to guard him, and he is that good, man. Run after the catch, like I'm saying. Once he has the ball in his hand, he is going to make a step, and he's going to try to go around defenders. He is that good, man. Breakout season was 2023. 89 receptions for 1569 and 14 TDs. He was absolutely electric. Playmaker, Sports Center highlight reels every single week coming from this man. He is that good. I'm a huge fan of Malik Nabers, but I still probably have somebody ahead of him, we got to say, but we're talking some cons. Okay, just like Marvin Harrison, no combine participation, excuse me. I mean, so this is one of the situations that we're seeing a lot of these youthful, new age players. They're not participating in the combine drills because they want to do it at their pro day. They want to, control the landscape rather than put themselves in a situation where maybe not is going to show the best for them. So you can't hate it. We've seen guys miss combines and do everything at the pro day in the past as well. It's not a big deal. It's just no participation. I wanted to see it. I didn't see it, so I just put it here as a con, man. Not elite prototype, height 6'2". The frame is good, but the height is only 6 feet. Okay, it's not terrible. We see guys like Chase, who is 6 feet 6'1". It's absolutely doable in the NFL. So I mean, it's just another suggestion to say it has to rest somewhere in the cons, but it's not going to inhibit his game because he is that good. More precision in double moves is definitely needed in the route tree. You do see it when he's on the go routes. He tries a double move. He tries it on the slant routes at times, and slant and go, and you're seeing, defensive backs aren't necessarily biting on it. You just need a little bit more precision to suggest, give that sell with a head fake with the great plant step, and then you're going to be able to get around your defensive back as he's going to get confused on where you're going. It's just a little thing that needs to be coached into his game a little bit more. Just, more sound, precise, route tree effects, I think, is the best thing. Hence why I say he can sell routes better with the head fakes, because it is important. You're trying to get these guys to turn their body in certain mannerisms and ways that you can you get around them, whatever route you're running, whether it's the 7s, the 9s, you're talking the comeback routes, the drags. You do want that head fake to at least gain that separation. He does utilize his speed to gain that separation over, selling the full tree on the routes. So it is, again, it's just, precision needs to be coached into his game. Few more 100 reps and he's going to get there without question in my mind. Allows DBs to stay on his hip on the outside. Seen this quite a bit. While he is very talented, very good, to at least, contest for these balls that he's going to corral and get them, you know what I'm talking about, and he's going to get them out of the air. But I'm telling y'all, he does allow these defensive backs to stay on his hip a little too much, especially when you're wanting to see that elite level separation go. You see the defensive back is right there on his hip. You want that cleaned up just a little bit. So again, it's going to come with precision in his route timing, in his route tree, and he's going to definitely figure that out. I don't have, big issues with it, but it is something that we got to, at least identify to suggest it is something to be worked out, man. Added strength would definitely be a benefit, getting off the jam, getting off the press. Don't think it's, as, inhibiting in his game, but it's definitely something to, warrant. That's why maybe playing in the slot could be the absolute start, and then moving to the outside as he gets more strength in play. But I do believe he is so good in both. You can play him inside, you can play him outside, and he's absolutely going to carve up some slower defensive backs. Refinement in the press, like I'm saying, against stronger defensive backs. You're going to see it early on, especially in the NFL versus extremely strong defensive backs. They will, jam him up a little bit if they get the hands on him, and they will knock him off his route. So that is just something that's, you're going to gain weight in the NFL weight room. There is no question. You get on a meal plan, you get in the weight room, you put on 5 to 10 pounds of straight muscle, and it's only going to help you in the pros. So this isn't a grave concern. Again, a lot of these traits for elite level prospect wide receivers can be worked out in the pros. So I don't think it's going to be an inhibitor, but I do think that it is something that we have to take notice for. for. Again, like I'm saying, is he better suited for the elite slot play rather than being the outside alpha guy that we're looking for? I think it's a little bit of both. It's just a question mark for me. I think when they start him early on, it's no different than CeeDee Lamb. Everyone was, debating whether or not CeeDee Lamb could play the outside, and I was saying with Lamb that I was very confident he could do it, and he has showcased it, but we have seen Lamb do most of his damage from the slot in the NFL. We could absolutely see something like that from a Malik Nabers, and it's not to suggest he can't play outside. It's just where is he going to create the most damage and create the most plays, but I think he is extremely talented. It's just going to be interesting where he lands and who and how they utilize a player of his magnitude, because he is on that elite level prospect. But for grading purposes, everybody gets a grade, and Malik Nabers is on my top trend of upper echelons players. 81.1% for Malik Nabers. He is so good. He's in that Marvin Harrison category. I like Marvin just a little bit more when it comes to the grading purposes, but when you're talking about which guy do you want on your team, on your roster, yes, I'm going to say I want Marvin Harrison above a Malik Nabers, but if you're giving me a consolation prize to say Nabers can be my wide receiver one, hell yeah, sign me up every day, all day, because he is extremely talented. So yeah, that is Malik Nabers, LSU wide receiver, supremely talented, is going to make his name noticed extremely quick in the NFL. There is no question in my mind. He is that good. So, just stay out of your own way, and you're going to be an absolute dynamo. I think I had a mock to the Atlanta Falcons in my last mock draft, and I would absolutely love that. Playing with Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Bijan Robinson would be absolutely unbelievable stuff. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts. What are y'all thinking about Malik? You got him ahead of Marvin Harrison Jr. You got Rome Odunze ahead of Malik. Throw that in the comments. We can definitely talk it out, but we'll see you next time. I am out.